Hi guys, Ants Reaction here, and today we are going to react to a other episode of Young Justice, season 16 of episode 1, Failsafe. I've heard a lot about this episode. Nothing spoilery. At the very least, like nothing. There's no details. um, just mentioned of the episode. That's the extent of what I heard about this episode. It's always episode 16, Failsafe, and it's always about how it's one of the best, no, the best episode of season 1, and some even of the entire show, which says something, I think, about this episode, because it's like season 1, and it's considered by some people as the best episode, despite the fact that there's, I think at the time, season 4 hadn't been released yet, so yeah, a bit nervous, to be honest. Because, like, I don't know, a lot of expectation, I think. I don't know, like, especially because I've never heard much about it, about what's happening inside the episode, just that it's the best. Uh, I think I think some people weren't happy with the, I don't know, with the way it was resolved or something. I think there were mentions of wishing that they had done more with it. Yeah. I think that that's really it. It's just that it kept and still keeps coming back to episode 16 being the best. So I'm afraid to press play, cuz like, what if I don't like it? What if it was so hyped and I don't like it? I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Let's just watch. Now, I'm sorry, I'm already pausing. I just wanted to say, because we've just been dropped in the middle of a Justice League mission apparently, but I love the details of having no sound. I think it's really cool. I'm just saying. And I'm nervous again because that those were two Green Lanterns in one go. Like, that was Hal and John.
Deploying camera sensor units.
Disengage all weapons.
That's a good voice.
This is your final warning.
Uh
Code red. Full offensive deploy.
what? Uh what?
Yes, Zatara. We saw. Celestial defenses have failed.
Is this one of those
Measures.
worst case scenario simulation?
I must join the League. We will protect the planet at all costs. But should we fail, the responsibility falls to you.
Yeah, is this one of those things?
We stand ready.
I'm sorry, what? You can't just drop something like this and expect me to be underwhelmed. What the hell was that? Oh. Okay. Okay. I see well, simulation, worst case scenario, although maybe it's just because I've watched a lot of TV, maybe. We had a few of those in Stargate, is all I'm saying. And in comics. Worst case scenario, time travel. Like, situation is so bad, it's the apocalypse, and by the end of the episode, they have to go back in time to fix it. That happened a shit ton of times in Charmed. Dreams? I don't think it's dreams. Ooh, alternate universe would be cool. Like, extremely close to ours. The bad guys decimate the Justice League and probably the entire world, and by the end of the episode, they cross for some reason to our universe. And because we have just seen them completely destroy, again, Justice League and the entire planet, it would be like a credible threat. Maybe? Those are my guesses. Those are my guesses. I mean, that's a lot of guesses. I don't think the dream is I don't think it's a dream. But I see what I mean. I see what people mean. Like that, just the 1 minute and 52 seconds. That was already a lot. They just casually killed a lot of the main Justice League members, just like that. And I'm supposed to believe that we're not gonna fix it.
The extraterrestrials have attempting to hold the line.
Iris, get out of there!
Sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties from our Central City feed.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened.
Taipei, where another league
That's
contingent is having
professionalism. Jesus Christ. I thought maybe they teleported them, but you can clearly see their skeleton.
lost Black Canary.
This is gonna be my face for the rest of the episode, I think.
Wonder Woman, above you.
That can't be teleportation.
Tornado to K.
Poor Smallville. They're used to it now.
Remains of the League.
We are Earth's heroes now. So what are we waiting for? Theme song?
That's it?
Earth's weapons are ineffective.
I mean,
Here's where the
not even a pause.
This way.
Their entire family just died, but okay.
No, it's okay. I guess there's a lot about Superman I'll ever know. Now. We will target this lone ship.
Yeah, break it down.
Is this a simulation? They don't seem very affected. Maybe you should have disabled that first.
ETs are sealed inside.
Identifying weapon structural stress.
I'm pretty sure at this point it's a worst case scenario, one of those unwinnable simulation, but my heart still stuttered. They... It better be a fucking simulation. Because that can take the entire Justice League. I like wolves. Okay, but that's one of the small ships. Have you seen all the effort it took to tear it down?
Rerouting systems to integrate weapon into ship's biomatrix. I'll need to decamouflage for a few
Ooh, that's cool.
Have a few minutes.
Oh, that's bad.
Miss Martian, open fire!
Turn around. Turn around.
Iris, behind you!
Oh, they're teleporting them. But this is literally the first time we've seen a reaction out of them. That was cool. Why didn't you do that before?
They're dead. Every single alien. If it's the last thing I do.
Now he realized that he likes her.
Defend the Earth and ensure Artemis.
Okay, but that cow looks ridiculous on Dick. I'm just saying.
The Hall of Justice. The human race must
White,
know
at the very
there are
least,
still
looks
heroes defending them.
weird.
There is still hope.
I think you should Put more on the ship. Put more of those cannons.
See? It is Superman. I told you he wouldn't leave us out here alone.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. I guess it was the adrenaline and battle.
Uncle Sean!
I saw him die.
Check his mind. Make sure he is whom he appears to be.
Yeah, I saw him die.
He's real, and he's alive!
Unless it's teleportation?
You and Superman. And everyone.
Yes.
Yes, I cannot remember how I survived, or how I arrived here.
Maybe you were density shifting and the beam passed right through you.
Scrambling your brains along the way.
My mind is.
I'm pretty sure that's not what happened.
I feel certain I had.
This thing doesn't disintegrate. It teleports. Artemis is alive.
Maybe, but
Oh. Is it?
The bioship.
didn't feel like.
We're falling back.
They're dead. They're not teleported.
Maybe not.
Of course. Why would you do that to the speedster of the team? I mean, I get it.
Sure, Superman. I'm not.
I mean, not that he's dead. You can take his place. Sort of. Yeah, no, they're dead. They're not teleported. You had... You just had the time, I'm just saying.
We believe the aliens have been teleporting their victims.
I don't think they did.
Reasonable detention. Worst case, he's teleported inside, and we set him free along with Artemis.
You know what? It would be hilarious if he shows back up in, like, Superman's cell. But again, I'm pretty sure they're not teleported.
Many fall, for new heroes will always
Love of my life.
bring all their resources, their skills,
Garth!
and talents to bear to defeat the enemy.
Excuse me?
People of Earth
Wait,
will
wait. You can't do that to me. You cannot just show me Roy and Garth with now Wally and Dick in the same episode and not expect me to freak out, okay? I just need Donna. And then I'm good. Then we have the Fab Five. It was such a small thing. I got really excited. You know what? I can't understand why people hype it up. Like, I'm a little bit over halfway through, and it's already like the best episode so far. I love these type of episodes. I love them.
the Earth will never surrender.
No. Ah, Alfred. It's the first time. No, it's not the first time. What I was gonna say, it's the first time we saw him. It's not. It's the second. I'm pretty sure. I just got distracted by. Well, first
First team, deploy.
portion of the Fab Five, and then freaking Barbara. It's interesting that they're not capable of sensing them. Because that seems to be like powerful weapon. Fuck. That was close.
Clear, go.
Every time. So close. Again, that does not look like teleportation. Um.
You knew. You knew from the beginning why we were really here.
Yeah, I think he.
Let's go.
he realized that. Or at the very, very least, it was like a backup plan. But yeah, I noticed those. I didn't say anything. Okay, they don't really have... Of course, there's another one. They don't really have any time travel power, so I'm gonna guess either alternate universe or... simulation.
You're all alive!
It was a train for failure exercise. No matter what the team accomplished, the scenario was designed to grow worse. Still, you were aware nothing was real.
That's...
You hardly grieved. Even
yeah.
Ruth was disintegrated before your eyes, and her subconscious took control, making all of you forget too.
And that's when they started to actually feel grief.
This isn't her fault. Why didn't you stop the exercise?
We tried.
Can calm down a little bit.
One had a death grip on the scenario. Even Artemis, who should
So the only way was to go back inside.
she slipped into a coma, and Robert and Kid Flash were silenced. Did my mind clear enough to remember my true purpose?
Oh.
Shock McGann out of the exercise.
You mean kill her?
Comas became permanent. In terms of raw power, she has the strongest telepathic mind I have ever encountered. Stronger by far than mine.
Yeah. Of course. God fucking damn it. I wanted to see next episode. That was so good. That was so good. Yeah, it like no, I get it, and it did not, wasn't overhyped, and so I imagined something amazing and got disappointed. No, it was great. It was literally the best so far. That was so good. It's like some of my favorite types of stories. It's like those unwinnable scenarios where like no way out, no hope, nothing, and the only way to fix it is to either it's a simulation or go back in time. I love it. I love those things. By the way, again, I know some people are gonna be like, she guessed it was a simulation from the first scene. I did not. I've never watched one episode of Young Justice before watching the show with you reacting to this show. I've never seen this episode before, and I have never heard any spoiler about this episode except for the fact that it was considered as the best episode. I did not know there was a simulation. I don't know how to explain it. I saw the first scenes where people in orbit were being disintegrated, and it felt, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I felt like it was a simulation. Maybe it's because I've read a lot of comics, and there's been a few, simulation storyline. There was like that one tiny, and nothing like this, but tiny story with simulation where, Dick breaks Bane's back. But I've also watched a shit ton of TV, and most of the shows that I love and stories and genre that I love is science fiction and fantasy. And like I said, with like Stargate, we had a few episodes where it, one way or another, it was simulation. There was well, it's not really a simulation, but there were a few stories in Charmed with time travel, um, where it's a terrible scenario. The girls dies, and they have to go back in time. The survivors have to go back in time to fix it. Maybe it's why. I don't know. Though, to be honest, the alternate universe, I wouldn't have been against it. Like, I think that would have been cool. Also, I mean, we don't know. It's a, I'm guessing, imaginary villain that they came up for the simulation. Because I was gonna say, are we gonna see them in real life? I mean, logically, they would have, I don't know, based them on real aliens that they had faced before, I guess. I don't know. That was so good. You know what? I kind of wish, as good as it was, and as excited I am as like watching episode 17 and see how they are going to deal with it, because like I cannot imagine any of them being able to bounce back very easily from this. Like, they lost the people they cared about the most, for some of them, and then they lost each other, and people like Dick had to make hard choices, and it's just, I also have a feeling that Wally is gonna confess within the next couple of episodes, because, like, he clearly lost it after Artemis' death. I'm just saying. But yeah, like I said, as amazing as it was, and as excited as I am to see episode 17, I kind of wish it had lasted longer. To, like, really makes me think, well, probably not a simulation, because it lasts more than 1, 2, 3 episodes. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of wish it had lasted a little bit longer. But that was so good. Listen, you know what? While I think about it, because, wish we could have done something more. I've said it before. I like reading fanfiction. How have I never, not once, I mean, since I started reacting to the show, I started to exclude anything that had to do with Young Justice from the tags, so that I don't get spoiled more than I already had. But not once before that point have I ever seen a fanfiction with around Failsafe. Not once have I seen the, like, tag of Failsafe. Or at the very least, I don't remember ever seeing it. Like, how? How do you know, like, well, like I said, you could have had, instead of a simulation, alternate universe. Instead of a simulation, time travel. What if? Okay, don't blame me. Don't mock me for that scenario, because I'm thinking about it on the fly, and I kind of want to write it, actually, but I have too much things to write right now, because I'm multiple challenges and week prompts, whatever. A story where they get stuck in the simulation. Like, for example, the last three, Wally, Dick, and Megan, or, because at the end, maybe just Dick. That would be fun to write with just Dick. For somehow he's stuck in the simulation, and for some reason John can't snap him back or whatever. Like, just the potential of, imagine the survivors, whoever is still stuck, depending on which character you like. For me, for example, it's Dick. Being stuck in the simulation and living years. And then, like, becoming Nightwing, adopting, or at the very least sort of emotionally adopting like Jason and Tim, and maybe Damien is already a baby here. Oh, I didn't think about it. Is Damien already exist in this timeline? Like, is he already a thing? Because I'm pretty sure Dick was around 25, 27, maybe, when I would guess. I would say more 25. Or around, you know what, around 25 to 27 when Damon showed up. He was 10. So Dick would have been 15, right? In the comics, around that age. Because you always have to adjust the ages every time Dick grows up. But yeah, no, he's 13 here, so maybe not. But anyway, like, living years in the simulation, and then for some reason, somehow he dies. Whether it's on patrol, in a mission of old age, disease, whatever, he dies, and then he wakes up from the simulation at 13-year-old, despite having lived decades in the simulation. I mean, that wouldn't work, because you still have the show. He's still part of a team of teenagers. It's not something that really would work in a show, and I don't really see them do that here. But for a fan fiction, I kind of want to see. Do you think those exist? Probably, right? It's not like an original idea, but that would be so fun. I kind of want to write it. But like, can you imagine if they actually did get stuck? Not even necessarily for years, but like for weeks or months. And they would have to adjust. Like, that's why I'm saying I wish it could have lasted more. Like, instead of all three dying, or maybe add Superboy in there, and let's say he didn't die when he did. Imagine the 3 or 4 of them being forced, and with John, being forced to live in a world where the Justice League has been decimated. And I was gonna say there doesn't seem to be that many superheroes, but there seem to be a lot of then again, they all died, so yeah. But like, is that because I kind of wish we had seen more of Roy and Garth? Kind of, yes. Also, this Aqualad died, so somebody would have had to replace him, sort of. And we could have had Donna, because Diana died. But like, I kind of wish we had it could have lasted a few more episodes. Even 1 or 2. Where you would have seen them for several weeks or months having to deal with that world of no Justice League, nothing. And they would have had to rebuild. And imagine... just a second. Sorry about that. But like, what was I saying? Having to live in a world where the Justice League wasn't there and rebuild entire cities, and like, villains would have to pop up. Like, can you imagine? Like, most rogues would probably be alive, if not all of them, from Batman's rogue gallery. That means like some heroes that are not technically a thing yet and wouldn't be a thing for several years, like Barbara, would have to become vigilantes and superheroes sooner. Like, we haven't seen Kara, but like, she would have to be Supergirl sooner. All I'm saying is that I loved this episode. It was amazing. It was the best so far. A part of me kind of wish we had seen a little bit more. Just a little bit. In that universe. Not consequences. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of consequences, because I heard that on top of, episode 16 is one of the best. I forgot to say it, but I remember some people saying that they loved that it wasn't just brushed aside. Like some TV shows do this. They do the worst case scenario type of things and fix it through time travel or whatever. And the next episode is almost kind of forgotten. as if they didn't see that person, the people they loved more than anything, die. So I heard that it wasn't like this here, so I'm really excited about the consequences of it. But like I said, it could have been a two-parter. I would have loved to see more of that simulation and make us believe from the from the start. Ow, ow. From the start. I kind of wish they had made. I mean, it was kind of the point to feel like there was something wrong. Because they later said, John later said that that's why they didn't feel grief. It was because they knew, like, deep down that it was a simulation. But, like, make us believe from the get-go that it was real, you know? I don't know. I just, a little bit more. But it was still a good episode, don't get me wrong. It was an amazing episode, and yeah, I can see why it's everyone's favorite. I hope it, honestly, I hope it's not the best episode of the show, because if that means that I just peaked. Like, the episode, the show peaked at this episode, sort of, not really. That's doesn't really work like that, but you know what I mean. Like, story arcs are going to be amazing, but there's not going to be one singular episode that will be better than this. So I hope that it's just not everyone thinks that way, that there are other amazing episodes later on. But yeah, it was really, really good. I know I'm repeating myself, but it was genuinely good. Like, even despite knowing, or at least having the theory that it was a simulation, it was still good. And some of the deaths still kept me gasping. And especially with the team being surprised and everything. I guess it's because it's the team, and even if it's a simulation, I don't know. Some of those deaths made me, nervous. When I saw them coming, I was nervous. Also, I'm really happy that Wolf is still alive. Good for them. I think I wanted to say something else, but it's fine. We haven't seen, now that I think about it, we haven't seen a lot of Diana. We've seen a lot of Batman. Black Canary makes sense, though not that much, but we've seen her more than others. Like, we have seen Superman, obviously, because of Superboy, but we haven't seen a lot of Diana. That's interesting. That we have only really, really seen two of the Trinity. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode, next week. I hope you have a good week, and I hope you enjoy my reaction. And yeah, goodbye.